Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Cabinet Secretaries here, government officials, development partners, colleagues from the private sector, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I speak today on behalf of Kenya employers, and I want to open up with the belief that should guide everything we do from here. The private sector is not waiting for the workforce of the future. We must help to build the workforce of the future. Every day, businesses across the country decide who to hire, what skills they need, and who they believe can help them grow. Behind every one of those decisions is a young Kenyan with the qualification, with the ambition, and with the potential, still waiting for someone to say, "Come in, let me give you a chance." Your Excellency, it was mentioned earlier on this morning that 1 million kids, 1 million youth in Kenya come into the job market every year, and we have a moral obligation to accommodate them in the private sector. This is where we are. As employers, we need an honest conversation with ourselves. We often speak of skills mismatch in this country, and though it were the only problem with our education and our training system, it is not, Your Excellency, and let me repeat by saying no. Too often we ask young people for experience, as mentioned this morning, without giving them a chance to gain it. We say graduates are not workplace ready without asking whether we have done enough to shape what ready should mean. If we want a different outcome, we in the private sector must change our own practice first. So we are all guilty as charged, Your Excellency. That means working with training institutions to define the skills of our industries actually need before a young person graduates. It means opening our workplaces to interns like we're doing this morning and to apprentices, giving them meaningful work rather than simply a desk, and providing mentorship with feedback that helps them grow. And where a young person proves themselves, it means building the pathway for opportunity to employment. This responsibility, Your Excellency, does not belong to the large corporates in this room. Kenya's economy is powered by businesses of every size. An SME can give a young person their first job. A family-owned business can give their first mentor. A growing startup can give them their first state of innovation. The size of business does not determine the size of the impact, sir. One opportunity can change one's life, and many such opportunities can change the trajectory of a whole generation. I speak today on behalf, Excellency. Sorry about that, technology issues. We have also seen what employers can gain in return. Businesses that invest in young talent do not simply give young Kenyans experience, they build their own talent pipeline. Fresh perspectives, new ideas, the future employees identified and developed early. The businesses investing in talent today are building the workforce they need tomorrow. This is not charity, Your Excellency. It's an investment in our own competitiveness, which we have talked about severally and in many occasions, that we need to be in a competitive environment. That is the opportunity before us with NextGen today, a platform building career, stronger pathways to talent, but its success will ultimately depend on what happens after this launch. When an employer takes on an intern, when a manager takes the time to mentor, when a business chooses to see potential where others only lack experience, this is where the real change happens, and this is where the real change will happen. So my call to every employer in this room and every employer across the country today is simple. Open your doors, create opportunities, mentor young people, hire for potential. When you give a young person their first opportunity, you strengthen more than a business, you strengthen a family, you strengthen a community, and you strengthen the future of this country. Your Excellency, on behalf of Kenya's employers, we are ready to do our part. Let this Next Gen program be a program that we launch today for tomorrow. Let it be a commitment that we carry forward, one opportunity, one workplace, one young person at a time. Finally, Your Excellency, I would like to thank our development partners, UNDP, for their support for this project, and I wish you every success, the young people in this room today, as you join this program. And yes, we will deliver, and I can assure you that the 100,000 that Carol talked about will be a reality and not a myth. Asante Nishana, thank you very much.
Thank you very